This video is brought to you by Blue Guardian, the fastest growing prop firm in 2023. Folks, welcome to the Week 11 update of the Blue Guardian Challenge, where we've got 6 traders taking on this prop firm challenge to see if they can get funded, including myself. So we're going to get an in-depth view of their trading statements over the past week, see how they got on, and see if anyone is ready to pass this first phase of the challenge. We've also got Zach, who is giving us a bit of motivational advice, so thank you, Zach, for that. That's coming up in the video. And also, do remember, you can catch some of these, if not all of these traders, on the live streams on the TRADINGNUT channel as well. So folks, let's jump in and see how everyone got on. Our sponsor Blue Guardian is the only prop firm that gives their traders a tool to protect them from hitting their max daily loss and over trading. It's super simple to use. Just set the Guardian Protector each day from your dashboard. Did you also know that they've just released an unlimited time evaluation with a 0 trading days requirement, giving you plenty of time to hit their low 8 and 4% targets, making it super fast to get funded. Plus, it's cheaper than the 40-day time limit evaluation. Check out the link and coupon in the description to get 10% off your next Blue Guardian evaluation.
Hi everyone, Gentsla here, and this is going to be our weekly recap. So this week has been pretty good. We've made a decent 1% gain, and we just keep on taking our little small trades as we go. Asia's been really nice to us. Let's get straight into the account. So this week was pretty good. We started off at about, I think it was $41, and we've landed up on the profit for the week of like 1%. Right now I'm currently in a trade, but I will show you the trades that we took this week. Okay, so the week that just happened, Sunday was quite a nice little trade. We had our liquidity, we had a little shift in market structure right over there, took a little decent trade to go right there on euro. Then we go forward a little bit in time, and we have another one that was set up right there on Wednesday. That was beautiful. 9 o'clock, market structure shift, hit our time. Then we had another one, which was actually during the London session. We had this huge cascade down over here from this liquidity, and I saw that there was a lot of liquidity being built over here, and my ultimate target was this tiny little void in there, and that was the target I wanted to see, and it did that superbly. But I took a little trade right there on euro, and it was pretty decent. Again, I'm taking really small lots right now, and this is the trade we're currently in. So let's just go to GBP. We pull up where we were Tuesday, Monday, Sunday. So GBP was actually relatively quiet. Went to Wednesday. I saw that there was a nice little shift over here coming down to our time. That was a nice little to our trade. And then we continue on. We had that same move that happened in London on EU, where there was liquidity was not taken. There was a gap in price, and we had a big market structure shift. And during this time over here, I actually decided that I wanted to enter right there and just take the range, which is a nice 6R. And then it continued to that point, and then continued going higher and higher and higher, which is lovely. And yeah, that was it for my trades for the week. But right now, currently, I am in this trade. As you can see, if I pull up my Blue Guardian over here, you'll see the balance will be changing ever so slightly, but it's pretty decent. We've got 1 lot in there, and yeah, I'm looking possibly at a couple of hundred. So been a good week, and it's been lots of fun. I hope that everyone trades safe out there. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next week. Bye everyone.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope wherever you are in the world you're taking care of yourself. I'm just going to give you a quick update on my account. I'm down about 2.2%. It was a very difficult Friday. I made a few user errors, which I'll show you in just a second. But Monday and Friday are my full lot size days where I will take a full risk, and that's because I'm on stream. But the off stream days from Tuesday to Thursday, I take 1 lot size, which is not even half of the full lot size that I'm supposed to take on this 25k. The reason being, like I say, on Friday that I had a bad day is because of user errors, which I'm going to go through right now. So I'm going to quickly run through what a good setup is, what I should have taken, or at least what I did take, which was a good setup, and what is a bad setup. Okay, I don't want to waste too much of your time, so let's get to it. So the mistake, let's start off with what we can learn from. Okay, so we had a buy on the Euro USD. Obviously, I shouldn't have taken this, but I'm going to explain to you why I shouldn't have taken this. So we had a bear candle here. We had a bull candle after it, which took the body high. So for all intents and purposes, at this time, a line would have been drawn. And then we had an attempt at rebalance from these two black candles, and we would have taken the break of this body high over here to enter into a long. Now, why was this a bad trade and why did it fail? Reason being is because we were multiple legs into the trade. We had one leg, we had two legs, we had three legs, and then we had a fourth leg that would have been our entry leg. So that's why it was a very, very bad trade. I really don't know why I took it. It was a user error. I think the guys at the time in the session who I was trading with in the Discord group saying that it looked like a good setup just because of how the other markets were looking at the minute. But my rule is I only take first leg trades. Well, first tradable legs, but practical sense, it would be a second leg. Let me show you what a good trade would be. I took two good ones on Thursday. Obviously, they were lower lot size, so it didn't have much impact on the account, but this was on the Swissy, okay? So you can see from the lines on the prop sense indicator, I don't need to draw them for you because they've not been taken out yet. We had a bear candle over here, which were taken out by a series of bull candles over here. We had three bull candles, which take it out without a bear candle in between, meaning that this bear candle is now inefficient because the larger players still have their positions open. So what do we have? We have a bear candle, which attempts to rebalance the original bear candle, which started the move. And so this is what I mean by a first leg. This is the first tradable leg. Obviously, it's the second leg of price action because we have one and then we have two, but it's the first tradable leg because obviously you can't really enter over here because there's no setup. So we have a bear candle taking the body high. We have a bear candle that attempts to rebalance. Now what do we wait for? It fails to rebalance. That's fine. It prints, does not get into the body of the origin, and we have a break of the high. Now what does that mean? That means we enter a buy, and we enter a buy, and we took about 4 pips. I think it was about 4.4 pips. I should have taken 5, but because of the spread on the Swissy, I ended up taking a little bit less. Now we have another trade on the Swissy, which was even better on the same day, and I mean better by the returns. So we had a let me just see here, we had a break of structure. Just to outline it for you, I don't draw these out on my chart all the time, but we have a break of structure to the downside, meaning that we are now in, well, for all intents and purposes, this is a bear move now. But then we break structure to the upside, meaning that we now have a first leg in the bull direction. So now with this first leg comes this bear candle, which is taken by two bull candles, okay, a series of bull candles which take it. And then what do we wait for? We wait for an attempt at a rebalance. So that's these three bear candles over here, starting at this bear candle, this small little bear candle over there. And then what do? We wait for the break of the high of this, well, break of the body high of this bear candle to enter a long. What happens? We break the bear high, I enter the long, and I take about 6 pips. And this red line over here was drawn in the past because there was a lot of clean space to the left, which I'll just show you over here up until this inefficient point over there. Okay, now just a really quick reminder, by inefficiency we don't mean FVGs and we don't mean these lines to be order blocks. These are a bit different, and if you want to know the strategy, join our Discord. It's free. The strategy is completely free. We don't sell you a course. Our content is all on YouTube, and it's about 2 videos, so it doesn't take up too much of your time. So you can literally just plug and play, learn it, play it, and give us an opinion on what you think. A lot of people on our Telegram group and our Discord group, we're slowly transitioning, are having a lot of fun with the strategy and seeing how the market moves, and they can attest to the fact that they are doing really, really well, better than me. And I've only really been trading the strategy for 5 weeks. Like I say, this is just a test to see, can an average Joe go from knowing nothing about trading and how the market moves and the global commerce to passing a prop firm challenge with only 5 weeks of training? Can I do it? Stay tuned. I only trade on stream on Mondays and Fridays, so this Monday join me in the live stream and we'll take some trades. And remind me to take only first leg trades because they're the best trades. All right, I'll see you later. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Right, folks, so the good news is I actually had a profitable week. I did make some money on the account. It wasn't a huge amount, and I'm going to try and rectify that next week or this current week. So we're now down 3.8 instead of what I think was 4 last week. So we're down 3.8. Now what I've done is I've put this in the Swift journal because it was just a bit easier to see. Let's have a look at the dashboard here. So the current trading week, that's the full account, but that last trading week, let's add it in here. We see we have positive profit factor. We made 111 on the account. Remember, we're only risking basically 200 per loss, so it was kind of just over half an R on this. Now, where do we go with this week? We had a winning day on Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Didn't trade Tuesday. I think I was super busy that day, couldn't get any trades on, or the ones that I put on didn't fill. And then Wednesday was the worst day, and that was impacted by news. And I'm going to show you through that day in particular. So it was this trade here on GU. It was a full loss. In fact, it was a little bit higher than a full loss because I think it slipped on the exit. I've added a note in here. You can select the template, red news, was it red news? Didn't manage the trade. Yes, so I didn't manage the trade on the red news, and I'll show you what happened, which I didn't think was going to impact, but it did. So let's dive in and have a look at that trade. So this was GU. So this was the trade here in question. I knew the red news was coming up, but it was for Euro PMI, I believe, and I thought it wasn't going to impact GBP USD. I just didn't think the PMI was going to be that forceful, and it obviously was. And look where it went. Price just soaked down. You can see here I took a 17 pip loss, and it actually went 19 in my favor. Now my goal was to take profit at 17, and I saw that it was hitting a take profit level that I should have got out at, and I thought, no, I'm going to hold it. I think it's going to go up. I actually, at that point, had forgot the news was coming, so I missed out on that, even breaking even on that. So that should have been a profitable trade there. That was my mistake. Now, the next one was here. This wasn't on the normal strategy. It did go on to win. I should have even held this one at least a second leg. I did take profit at the first leg here, and then I should have just held that a bit more. In fact, it went massively deep. I did lose out on 133 pips. So what I'm going to do this week is slightly alter the strategy to go for a little bit more otherwise we're going to be here forever. I'm going to see if I can start growing this account instead of just keeping it where it is. All right, let's get on to the next trader.
Alright folks, I'm here at Black Bull Markets headquarters in Auckland, New Zealand. You can see this amazing view behind me of Auckland Harbour. Now, talking about views, if you do want to get free TradingView Pro, then all you need to do is trade one lot a month at Black Bull Markets, and they're going to give you free TradingView Pro. So folks, to find out more, click the link in the description below or the card above.
What's up, guys? Here's a quick recap on last week's challenge account for Blue Guardian. We're still in the mix here, rocking and rolling. Let me go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see where we are. All right, so here's the dashboard, guys. Yesterday we were down, I believe, like 4.8%, or last week, we're down about 4.8%. We're about at 4.7 right now. We missed Tuesday last week. We came in Wednesday. This trade right here, I ended up just closing out in small profit. It didn't come to my TP1 because it went past our time. We had to jump off. It was like 4 a.m. when we logged off. Yeah, about right here, 4 a.m. and it was still in drawdown. Ended up coming into profit just a bit. Ended up just taking 20 pips here, closing it out. Thank God we did. Otherwise, we'd have broke even anyways, and this thing just ended up pushing up to the upside. This was on Wednesday, the 23rd. On Thursday, we had GJ that we traded. We tried to take a long here. We jumped into buys a little too early, ended up hitting our stops. We took a second chance trade once we saw our confirmation here with the bullish engulfing candle, jumped into that trade and rode this up to TP1, TP2. Ended up closing out about 30 pips on this one. So this was a nice way to end the week. Fridays we didn't trade. Fortunately, we missed Tuesdays, but that's where we stand right now with the week. And we'll be back live again next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, trading the London session. So make sure you guys tune in. Join us to see how we continue to crawl back from this deficit right now. We're still a little down, but I'm not concerned. We're going to continue to push through, and hopefully we'll see some better market structure this coming week. I know it's towards the end of the month, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have a couple no trade days. We have to be aware of the news that's going to be coming out at the end of the month. Usually end of the month, beginning of the month is kind of choppy markets. So we'll see what we see, and we won't force any trades, and we'll do our best to manage our risk and continue to move forward to pass this challenge. Other than that, guys, I'll see you guys on Tuesday, London session on TradingNut's channel. Much love, much love. Peace.
Focus. In combat, focus comes pretty easily because the battle is right in front of your face. You have no choice but to focus. But sometimes in day-to-day life, you can lose track of the long-term goal. It fades from your vision. It slips from your mind. Wrong. I want that long-term goal to be embedded in my mind, that I never lose sight of it. Ever. And the little tasks and projects and short-term goals that you tackle need to lead towards strategic victory, winning the long war. But we want results now. We want the shortcut to the winner's podium. We need the instant gratification. And when we don't get the short-term glory, sometimes we lose sight of those long-term goals. They fade. We lose focus. So we stop the daily tasks and the daily disciplines that will allow us to achieve our goals. And a day slips by. And another day. And a day turns into a week, and a week into a year. And you look up in 6 weeks or 6 months or 6 years, and you've made no progress. None. You've never moved. In fact, you might even be further from your goal than you were when you started. You might have gone backward. Why? Why did you let that happen? Because you lost sight of it. You lost sight of the long-term goal, and it faded. It faded from memory, and the passion dried up, and you began to rationalize. Maybe I can't. Maybe I don't really want to. Maybe this goal isn't for me. And so you give up. You let it go. And you settle. You settle for the status quo. You settle for the easy road. You settle for, oh well. No, don't do that. Embed that long-term goal in your mind. Burn it into your soul. Think about it. Write about it. Talk about it. Hang it up on your wall. But most important, do something about it. Every day, do something that moves you toward that goal, that keeps that goal alive and in sight and in focus. However small or insignificant that step might seem, take it, do it, make it happen, because that goal isn't going to achieve itself. It is all on you. All right, so that's a quote or a passage from Jocko Willink's book, Discipline Equals Freedom. And I read it this morning, didn't plan on it, but it worked out. For my recap, you can see I had another drawdown week, which is discouraging and makes me want to give up at times because it feels like it just can't quite get it going. So first half of the week was good until Friday. So Friday is when I took a trade that I'm not proud of, but because my default is to want to hide what I'm not proud of, I'm going to just go ahead and put it on full display. So here is the trade. And there's a couple things that I slipped into old ways on this trade, hoping for glory, I guess, for a shortcut, as that passage said from the book. So it's got a lot of markup here, but I left it on so I could kind of see what my thought process was. So I was watching this big move on Friday, it spiked up into above this level here. Great, looked like a good raid. And then a big move down. So watching gaps on 5 and 15-minute time frame, my idea for the day is that it was going to close low for a bearish day, which you can see was not true. But it formed this consolidation and it left all sorts of little gaps in here. And so as it came up, I chose the 2-minute gap because it had this nice clean one close that kind of reached up, this one green candle that reached up and then pushed down below. So that was kind of my area that I liked. So I can see I got in here. And my initial stop was, I think it was just above here. First mistake. Instead of just leaving my trade to stop out, I decided that I liked this move so much that I was willing to let it go up higher. And so I moved my stop up above the raid up here. You can see where it stopped out. So that ineffectually, I think, quadrupled my risk for this trade, which just makes me kind of frustrated to say that I did that. But anyways, I'm not proud of it. This is what I'm displaying. My old way of thinking is also to add in, and I actually still may work with this at some point in the future, but adding into something that's in a losing position with conviction that it's going to move down. So I added in as a 1-minute structure, set up a gap, and after kind of breaking structure and kind of coming back down. So it all looked convincing to me. Overall, the idea is good, I think. It's just that I didn't follow good discipline on this trade. And so it ended up taking my profitable week into a not profitable week. So this is what I need to learn. This is what I need to work on, and being disciplined in these decisions as they happen. And so I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep working on this and be better next week. Thanks, Cam. Thanks, Blue Guardian. Farewell.
Folks, if you're looking for an automated trade journal or trade copier, then check out my sponsor, Swift Journal. They connect to your MetaTrader 4 or 5 broker or prop firm and give you amazing insights into your trading. To get 20% off, click the link in the description and use coupon code TRADINGNUT.
Hello, good morning, everybody. So as a recap for this week, we had 3 trades. We didn't trade that much this week, unfortunately, due to some personal issues. We had a trade on US 30. Let me go ahead and share my screen so that you can see that. So here we had a trade on US30 that was on the 21st. As you can see here on the screen, that was a trade that we took. It was based on a daily bias. I believe that price wanted to go lower. So our sell trade was there, and you can see the entry was 34,452, the stop loss 34,687, which was above the previous day's high. But unfortunately, I got a little bit suspicious of price because US30 has been moving in a consolidation lately. So I closed it early, although if we can see here, price didn't go to our stop loss level. So that was a loss. And we had a second trade on gold, but we had a third trade on US30 as well. And this last trade on US30, that was on the 23rd, we had a sell trade here. It was based off of this breaker here. As you can see, this breaker here, we had higher high here, and price had this breaker here. Price had taken this breaker out, and at this point inside of this breaker we also had a fair value gap in here, and then I expected price to drop a little bit further, but as you can see, price didn't drop. It ended up going up all the way. So that was our second loss on US30, and we also had a trade on the 22nd on gold. That was our only win for the week, and that was also during our live session. So it was based off of this. On the 5 minute, there was a failed swing high. Here on the 5 minutes, you had this failed swing high here that created a mitigation block. And once it was breaking to the downside, we entered a sell trade here. We only got out here because we couldn't stay. And as you can see, price ended up dropping lower inside of a fair value gap on the 1 hour time frame that immediately pushed price back up. In total, that was our 3 trades for the week, and we are currently down 2.1% on the account. We'll see if this new week is going to be better than last week, and hopefully we can get back to our initial balance and work toward the goal.
Right, folks, there you have it. Week 11 done and dusted. Remember, you can get 10% off your next Blue Guardian challenge. If you do want to join in and take one of these challenges, there's a link under the video here. Use the coupon code TRADINGNUT. It's going to save you 10% at checkout. These traders are going to be up on the live streams this week, so if you do want to see them trading live, then please head over there to the TRADINGNUT YouTube channel, hit subscribe, and you're going to see those dropping across the course of London, Asia, and New York. And next week, you're going to get another recap to see how everyone fared across the course of this trading week. Alright guys, have a great time, and we'll see you in the next video. Tired of missing trades or spending hours at the charts? Introducing my Robot Builders Club. With our platform, you can build bots in minutes, not weeks, without any coding required. Get lifetime access to my video course, VIP community, and over 40 ready-made robots. Works with MT4 or MT5, and as a bonus, you'll get 3 months access to my robot lab, where we build and test bots on live calls every week. Join the hundreds of traders who are trading smarter, not harder. Click the link in the description to learn more, get the free training, and download a free robot.